Hi, this is Todd Malcoat, the SEO faculty for Market Motive and online marketing consultant at stuntdouble.com, and I'm here to cover SEO for local business. In part one, we're going to do an introduction to local search, and this is one of a three-part series. We're going to also look at understanding local search ranking factors and their importance, and finally, in the third part of the series, we'll look at optimizing your local business listing. In part one, we're going to take a look at some local search stats, the idea of social, local, and mobile combining with search, the overall local search ecosystem, some stats related to Google and the competition and why they are the 800-pound gorilla of local search, the importance of claiming your listings with Google and other citation providers, and finally, just a little ranking factors intro. So we're coming to this period of a consolidation and the convergence of social, local, and mobile, sometimes called SLOMO. And at the center of all these things is search. And Google really is at the center of all these things with search. A lot of times at this point when we talk about search, it is just Google. Online has become the preferred method to search. Smartphone owners almost on a daily basis conduct searches. 8% of users, mobile phone users, say they conduct a local search every day, and that 63% said that consumer ratings and reviews are important. This is one of a multitude of statistics that are showing the increasing importance of social, mobile, and local convergence and where that converges at the point of search. Almost 86 million people used their mobile phone last year to search for a local business. This is an amazing amount of people, and it's growing. With the amount of smartphones in use, this is just going to continue to grow. Search will continue to dominate the mobile and local ad spending through 2017 and beyond, with over 60% market share when it comes to the mobile local ad spending. And you can see the growth over time here from 2012 to 2017 is very significant in all of these mobile formats. We finally reached a point where there's more mobile users than desktop users. And mobile doesn't necessarily mean on the go. This means tablets, this means iPhones, this means Android devices. This means handheld devices that you're not sitting at the traditional desktop with a monitor and a keyboard. So we're just reaching this phase in this growth where it's becoming increasingly important to focus on the different types of use with local and mobile, and certainly social becoming a large part of that as well. You can see how people are using their phones to take photos or to participate on social media, play games. You can see they've also shopped online or used a map tool is really what we're looking for, but certainly 70% have searched for information just out of the respondents here. You can see that in addition to making phone calls, our smart devices have also become this important communication tool for searching, for finding the information that we need at the time that we really need it. Another telling statistic in the world of local search is this idea that 74% of smartphone users now use location-based services, meaning that they're getting rid of their tinfoil hat and saying, okay, allow GPS tracking to tell different services where I am, to tell Google Maps where I am, to tell Yahoo Local, to tell whatever service you're using, your location, so that they can provide better information. This is double from a year prior, which means a huge opportunity for marketers and advertisers to really reach people at a more hyper-local level. So we can continue to see these trends that mobile and local ad spending specific to search is really on the uptrend. We're only beginning to hit the peak of the growth that's associated with these areas. And the searcher's intent is very actionable. You can see within less than an hour, many people called a business, made a purchase, visited a store, shared information. Over half of those did that less than 1 hour from doing that search. This is the importance of social, local, and mobile. Converging with search is the transactional nature, the fact that people are using these smartphones and are starting to really partake in commerce and local informational searches on their mobile devices and through social media. So Google is at the heart of this slow-mo idea, and they are really the 800-pound gorilla, if you will, in the space. With social, they have Google Plus with over 500 million users currently. They have local, where they're merging plus local, which is Google Plus and Places. And with mobile, they have all of the Android devices and the Chrome browser associated with that and other mobile devices. So you can see how many devices they've shipped over time, and it's increasingly large for Android. They have a significant market share in mobile, as well as the dominant market share in search. They've always been about 70%, 60 to 70% above the other guys. So Google is really the 800-pound gorilla. There's 30 billion local monthly searches. This is 30% of the 100 billion that Google provides, just Google, on a monthly basis. They've said 30% of their searches have local intent, meaning it's somebody searching from a local area or searching for something local or some intent that says these queries are local. And with Google serving 100 billion searches per month, they are really at the center of this local ecosystem. So why is it so important to claim these listings? Well, as this grows, it becomes important to manage your reputation, to respond to maybe bad reviews, to help solicit good reviews and get some good feedback with your happy customers, to go after those generic searches that really drive transactional business, your branded searches, the knowledge graph, and the local carousel are new search features that we'll talk about later, managing your updates and just saying, hey, this is what's going on with our business lately. Here's some new stuff that we've done, and then offers to get new people in the door. So we're also going to talk about how to claim our listings. And before I do that, I want to give the first once over to talk about how to do this. So we're going to talk about how to register in just a minute. Your company name is going to be very important. Your address and your phone number. The name, address, phone number, or NAP is going to be used over and over through every citation. So you want this to be consistent. Consistency is hugely important when you talk about local search optimization. And customers want to see photos. They want to see ratings and reviews. These are the types of things that are going to give them the confidence and going to provide your company with the credibility that you need to drive this business. So start with at least some marketing plan, better than the one I did here on a whiteboard. Break down what you're going to use for marketing, your assets that you have available, the types of phrases that you're going to go after, your keywords, your description. Find a phone number in the local area is very important. Describe the types of services you're going to have. Start that marketing budget and do these things all together. So once you have this together and just some idea, you're going to start this verification process with Google. So the first thing you're going to do is go to Google, find the place to register on Google Business. They move this around at different times, and then you're going to verify that business, and they will give you a phone call to your phone number. If you're using a phone service where they can't get through, they will send a postcard to your business address. The next thing you can do is add your business on Google Map Maker. Now this is currently being migrated. Google Plus and Google Places and Maps are kind of merging. So right now you can tell if you are on Places or Plus when you click that More Info button, depending on what that looks like. Does it go to your Plus page or does it go to your former Places page? And you can sign up for Google and get that card and start that verification process at business/places for business currently. So Google Plus Google Places is kind of the future. They're merging these, and you can see how they're doing that. The nifty marketing link here at the bottom has some great local SEOs to follow on Google Plus, and so you can get more information on that transition as it occurs. This is the current interface and what it looks like for Google Places. So you'll know if you're on Google Places if you have this interface. There's a little bit different interface for Google Plus. The Google Plus local interface is going to look a little something like this, and we'll talk about optimization and optimizing that listing for Google Plus local in part 3 of this video series. In the meantime, we just want to know that Google Places and Google Plus is merging over the next little while. So that's how you'll claim your Google business listing. You'll do that at Google Plus. If you haven't, you can do it at places still as well. That will probably slowly merge into Google Plus. For other areas, you can check with Yext. Is a wonderful tool on checking all of your citations, just getting a feel for which places you may be listed in that local ecosystem. Getlisted.org is another place to do this. So at either of these tools, we're just going to check where we're listed and get some idea, see if there's any inconsistencies, any problems. Yext also powers the Yahoo local. They white label to Yahoo local. So we're going to check some of these other listings. The important ones to start with would probably be Facebook. And with Facebook, it's really easy. Just log into your personal Facebook, do create a page, and then go through the process with local business or place. They're going to do some verification by your phone number or address as well. The other places you're going to want to be listed is Yelp. Yelp has been fantastic, and we'll talk about optimizing this listing in the third video as well. Yahoo and Bing are kind of together with a lot of things, and like I said, Yext is white labeling, so you can use the same tool there. It's a little bit clunky. You can get a free listing with listings.local.yahoo and go through submitting your business information here in much the same way. Just name, address, phone number, descriptions, photos. They'll again send you a verification by text or phone call or email so that you can verify that local business. And then their marketing dashboard is going to look a little something like this. All of these are going to try to sell you AdWords, or Yahoo's going to try to sell you pay-per-click services as well. Some of the directories are going to try to sell you pay-per-click services or additional services, but you just want to register your free listing and make sure you're getting these citations from these different directories. That's what we're looking for here. So make sure to register your listing. Google Plus, Facebook, Twitter, Yelp. YouTube is social, but it's a great place to get a link and just have a listing. They might not have your name and address, but associate that with your business, and that's a good thing to have. There's other social places that we can get links and send some social signals to the search engines that our business is important and doing a good job. So check those listings at Yelp and see which ones are most important. And you don't have to do all of them, certainly, but you can see that different databases and different providers power different search engines. Ultimately, what we're looking for is a strong Google Places or Google Plus local listing, and we're going to do that with an understanding of the top 20 local search ranking factors. Every year, David Mim and Moz.com does a expert interview on all the local search ranking factors, and these are those factors. I'm going to go through these in the next video extensively, what each one means, but we're going to break them down into 8 areas to begin with, and that is your places or plus local page, external local signals, meaning are you getting things from other people in the local area, reviews, social signals, do you have a Twitter account, a YouTube account, mobile signals, does your site come up quickly on mobile, link signals, being do other people link to you outside of just the IYPs or the other directory providers. On page, certainly your content writing, your title tags, your meta descriptions, and then personalization we can't really control necessarily, but all searches are going to be personalized a little bit. And you can see the areas of importance near the top. That Google Places page signal is going to be very, very important, and we're going to focus quite a bit on that, quite a bit of our efforts on that in the optimizing and understanding of local search ranking factors. So just a few quick SEO local tips. Make sure your company name says what you do. If you can get your geo-targeted area and your category in your company name, excellent. That's what you're going to be focusing on keyword-wise anyway. Your profiles, make sure you're filling those profiles out completely for those different service providers or those different citation providers. Fill those listings out completely with title, description. Try to do them unique where possible, and make sure you're in the right category. We'll talk more about the importance of this. List your website consistently with every one of these. www or non-www, make sure you're consistent with listing your website on all these places. And then we'll look at more at how to get some of these citations and how to find some of these stronger providers, as well as think about reviews. How are you going to get reviews from your customers? Because reviews are becoming more and more important, as we saw in the statistics, as we see in the local ranking factors. And then finally, you can now get your plus page URL. It used to be just numbers, and now they're starting that consolidation where you can actually get your name, and that's kind of a little bonus SEO local tip that you can now get that URL. So in part one, we covered all the stats of why the local search ecosystem is dominated by Google, why they're crushing the competition and becoming this 800-pound gorilla, how to claim those listings at different important local social sites, and a little bit of basics on local search ranking factors. And in the second part of our series, we're going to look at those local search ranking factors in much more depth. And in the third part, we'll be optimizing a local business listing. Thank you for joining me on part one, the introduction to local search, local SEO for local business. Thank you.